The Incredibles 2. It's long awaited and it's expected to be a huge hit in the box offices, but is it worth your view? I saw it. I will not spoil anything in this, I promise. This is a spoiler-free review.
Because I haven't seen it.
Good. So I'm going to try to be very mindful of that for you and for the audience. I did see it, but a lot of people have been comparing it to the first one, of course. This is what you do with a Pixar film. And some people have said it's better. I would say it's about as good or maybe just slightly less good, but it's still very solid.
It's a lot of people's absolute favorite, and it's the kind of one where it is the Pixar movie where you can say like it's your favorite and you get like that much more interesting than like your typical Finding Nemo basic people.
I mean, I would say those are probably children saying Finding Nemo, but yeah, The Incredibles 2, it takes place exactly right after the first movie. There are very good character interactions with each other. It jumped quickly from being a family drama to being very hilarious. There were a few scenes in there that were just really laugh out loud funny. And I think the way it flowed worked so well, and it played with a lot of different issues. So I think this is apparent in the trailers, but we have Bob Parr, Mr. Incredible's masculinity issues, you know. And this one, Helen is taking more of a starring role as the more active member of the family, at least in terms of being a superhero. And it talks about, you know, maybe expected gender roles in the family. Violet has, you know, at the end of last movie, she was asked out on a date by a boy. Since it takes place right after, you can expect something to come from that.
Nice.
Yeah.
And so when you say that there's a little bit more gender equality in that, do you feel like they are responding to the prevalence of like a Me Too movement?
Honestly, I don't think any kind of troll is going to latch onto this and be like, oh, how dare they? Because it's done in such a very human and natural way that's really relatable, I think.
The number one question when a Pixar movie comes out is, does this one, like all other Pixar movies, have that ability to just take 4 to 9 seconds where you start crying uncontrollably?
Here's the thing. I never cried once. It did not make me cry.
Thank God.
However,
do you cry in other movies by then?
I do. I cry a lot. I've still never seen more than 10 minutes of Up because of all the crying. But Pixar has a short movie ahead of it called Bow.
Okay.
That movie made me cry, or that short film made me cry.
Bow, like take a bow, or
bow,
is it like a
the
dumpling?
Chinese dumplings.
Got it.
Yeah. So it's very sweet.
Why do they do that?
Because they can, to flex their muscles, to show you who's boss. And the boss is Pixar.
Pixar's, it's like Stockholm Syndrome.
But there were moments in The Incredibles. There was one part near the end, Violet has a line that made me like this, and then it was just like, yeah, Violet, if you are in tune with some Young Turks values, I think you will agree with me on that one.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Are they setting you up for a trilogy, you think?
Yes and no. It's not really, I think it has a definitive endpoint.
Okay.
There was an issue that seems like it could still be resolved in the third one.
Good.
Yeah, I think it could. I think it's definitely strong enough that it could lead to a third one.
And yeah, okay, because when I think of Pixar franchises, you have the Finding Dory sequel, which itself did still feel like a nice little thing, and then but the Cars sequel felt like they were just trying to sell more merch.
Okay, so here's Pixar's old strategy on what to do with sequels. Focus on the standout side character and give them their own movie, like Mater in Cars 2, or you know,
Dory. And Finding Dory.
They didn't do that this time. I think every family member had moments, had good interaction with each other, with different members of the family. I liked all of the new characters. You could see in the announcements they have like, here's Sophia Bush as Void, here's Bob Odenkirk as Winston Dever, you know, and I liked the new characters. I would say, nope, this is spoilery.
Okay, no spoilers, no spoilers.
I can't spoil it for you, and don't spoil it for other people, because I think there is something interesting in there that everyone will enjoy. I did like the ideas of, early on, there's a discussion about like what is justice and what is fair, and should we follow rules that aren't fair? And I really enjoyed that conversation as well. I think there's a lot in here for a lot of different people. People in families, little kids, older people, childless adults like ourselves.
Nice.
I liked it a lot. I would definitely recommend seeing this film. You will not be disappointed if you liked the original Incredibles. Audience, if you've seen it, don't spoil it, but tell us what your feelings were when you left the theater, and let us know that on Facebook and Twitter.